Okay, I'm going to make just a short little video on the child's 3D mask. First, you're going to sew the two pieces together, or the folded piece, all the way around, leaving an opening on this side. And I have found, you don't really need a big opening. Get it pressed. Then you're going to fold the flaps in, and they should approximately meet each other's fold, about like that. And you're going to top stitch on that fold. Now I'm finding it's just easier to do them in chain stitch fashion. So when you get to the end of the first one here, go ahead and grab the next one and just feed it in right behind this, because there is a little bit of a hill and your machine is going to want to stall, especially on the first one. When you try to get started, she's going to have a little trouble getting this past the needle and want to jam. So you may have to just put a leader behind it so that she's level, or push your little button here, whatever. Okay, but once you start chain feeding and doing, like I did mine in batches of 20, that problem goes away. I also want to say you do not need to backstitch here or here, because this will be folded down later and closed up for the channel for the tie. So don't waste your time or frustration backstitching. Just so. All right. Now once you have those all stitched, this is where the 3D aspect happens. And remember, we still have this. So what we're going to do, we're going to start doing our 3D folds with this side facing the needle. And this matters in a minute. You'll see why. Okay. So this is laying like so. We are going to bring this up, and rather than straight, so we have like a zigzag look here, we are going to make this fold be parallel to this fold. All right, that's important. So that needs to be a 90-degree angle right here, from here to here, straight across. And once you can pin, I don't, because once I get going, there's such a small area. Now this one, just to get started, I backstitch, but you do not. This is another place that's going to get stitched over, so it's not essential that you backstitch. And this is going to happen, ideally, these two folds would be next to each other, straight across. I'm using rectangles that were cut for 3-pleat masks, so sometimes they're off. In that case, I'm just going to jiggle my way over there. This is the first one that's been off this much. Usually it's just a minor bit. Okay? And come across. Then just go ahead and feed the other one. Ah, I have a hiding string in there. Let's see if I can get him out. Moving on to a new one. All right, remember, we're going to bring this flap up. So that is a 90-degree angle. Again, I can chain sew because this is going to get stitched over when we make our channel for the tie. And I'll get this one ready. Now these two meet up very nicely. That's a better example. All right, so let's just say I went ahead and I went across 10 of them, 20 of them. And then we're going to cut them apart, your whole batch. Well, obviously we're going to turn and do the other side. So let's do that. I'm just wanting to get to the end part where I show you how we get that turning hole folded or stitched up. But this is important to have it all done. All right. Okay. So we've got both channels, or both ends are stitched, and you can see how that 3D, so I'm guessing somebody who knows how to do origami came up with this plan. It's kind of cute. All right, now the reason we started there was so that we would end on this side, and what I'm going to do, ideally we would put the tie in here. Oh, I have a tie. Let me do that. lay your tie. And we're doing all of these in lanyard because we're only making these in the small size. Now we are going to backstitch. That's important because there will be stress on this. This is children. You know what's going to happen. There's going to be pulling and swinging and who knows what all with these. Okay? Now, instead of cutting my string off, I'm going to work my way to the edge. And remember how this, I paid careful attention to where I had this so that it would be at the end of this channel. I'm going to turn. Now I'm going to stitch that shut. The directions online have you top stitch all the way around the mask, but it really, these are so small. I think that might be important for the adult size, but for the children's size, they're so small that top stitching is really not necessary. All right, so a little bit of back stitching. Work my way across. Now I don't need to top stitch across here because that's a fold. Now I can cut my string. And we have a Child's 3D lanyard mask. So they go pretty quickly because we aren't doing pleats and such. And we're not doing that curve on the front like we did for quite a few of the children. So these are pretty quick. Thank you for helping with us.